A growing frustration lifelong Blades fan Wilder, a former player and even ballboy, is experiencing has been bubbling to the surface for months. It finally erupted as he criticized the co-owners for leaving him as the lone public voice of the club while they engage in a prolonged, and increasingly bitter battle behind the scenes for control. "I'm not in war with any of the owners, I'm the voice of the football club though," he explained. "No disrespect, but you interview me, you guys have seen what's going off as well, and I'm the only voice that comes out, and that voice isn't going to change because maybe somebody leans on me and says, you can't say that because I've had that. I had it at Oxford. I stayed a year that I shouldn't have stayed. I'm not saying I'm not happy, I absolutely adore it here. I'm frustrated and gutted." Decisions Wilders insists that for him and his staff to remain, the attitude from the top has to change, confirming public perception there has been neither the will nor the required financial backing made available this season for a serious promotion challenge. He has simply run out of patience as the task of preparing for next season begins. "I think a lot of people have got a lot of decisions to make," he said. "Almost certainly including what to do about the presence of Jan van Winkel, appointed to the board by Prince Abdullah and who has a UEFA Pro coaching license." On the Belgian's arrival, McCabe blocked an attempt by his Saudi royal partner to appoint Van Winkel to the club's technical board, which numbers Wilder, number 2 Alan Nill, head of recruitment Paul Mitchell, academy chief Travis Binion and head of administration Carl Schieber. "I won't be a patsy for anybody, I'll go about my job and do it honestly and diligently as my staff do, you've seen the players do. We'll say it as it is," said Wilder, adding, "It isn't a case of me stamping my feet and saying you must write a check for us to improve. It's the general direction and where we're going for me to do my job properly. Nonetheless, quality is key, and working with the 5th smallest budget in the championship has limitations which were clear for all to see in the latter half of the season as results became inconsistent. I think we've exhausted the pool of players that we have signed from," confirmed Wilder, who now wants to attract better quality, which inevitably means bigger transfer fees and higher wages. Something that McCabe volunteered himself in February during a question-and-answer fundraising event for the Sheffield Scanner appeal at Sheffield University, with Wilder sat by his side on stage. "I'm not saying that we'll never ever dip into that, but I think now everybody knows what we need to do. Most importantly, the supporters, they're not daft. I speak the same language as them." Fiscal restraint meant United returned to the championship after a 6-year absence with only 2 players who had current experience at this level: summer recruits, defender Richard Stearman and striker Clayton Donaldson. Outperforming ever since, the Blades have been mentally outperforming with a squad made up of almost entirely lower league players who topped the table twice. An infusion of real quality in key areas would have almost certainly been the difference from ultimately finishing as also Rans. "I think I know what we need," said Wilder. "The quality of that doesn't get decided by me, it gets decided by other people. I'd love to take it forward. There are a lot of good things happening amongst the supporters and amongst the staff and the players. To take it to the next level, it's out of my hands. Last year Matty Dunn has done great for us. Stefan Skugel, McNulty did really well for us. You move on, you try to improve. At what level, that isn't down to me. I want to improve, I want to use the experience of being in this division, and I think we will. As a squad, as a staff, we're honest, we're hard-working, and we are humble. We know we haven't got all the answers, but we feel with the experience, subjectively and objectively this season we will as staff be better. The players, the likes of Fleck, O'Connell, David Brooks, George Baldock, and Stevens, first season in the championship, they will be better for the experience, but we've got to improve responsibility." Wilder was anxious not to appear as if he was avoiding any responsibility for the campaign's failings while taking credit for its successes. "Some things have got to change 100%. It's not a secret, it's an issue that's been rumbling now for quite a while. I've got to say, I'm not trying to deflect. We've lost today, I'm not trying to say it's this, that and the owners. First and foremost, 100% we will look at ourselves, what we could have done better, what we need to do going forward, myself and the players and the staff, and from obviously the last third of the season, we've just come up short in a little bit of experience, a little bit of quality and a bit of know-how. I don't want to come up short for myself because I want to achieve and I'm ambitious. I don't want to come up short for the players that I brought into the football club, who have improved and worked extremely hard to take their game to the next level. Most importantly, 28,000 people here. They want to see progression, they want to see harmony, direction just as much as me." On defeat to Preston, Wilder said, "We've come a very long way in a short space of time, and for us to take it to the 45th game, I don't think anybody would have expected that. Ultimately we're disappointed today that we didn't finish of our home campaign with a win. We had possibly more good home performances than results. He added, yet again, we made a poor decision in the middle of the park and the ball ends up in the back of our net and then we're chasing the game. Whatever reaction Wilder receives from his bosses, unless it's positive, the Blades boss simply doesn't care. I'm not going to say one thing and another thing happens, he said. I walk through the front door and I say it as it is, and when I leave, when that time is, I'll walk out through the front door, principled, which is why United fans almost to every man, woman and child have taken the man to their hearts ever since his arrival in May 2016. No one wants him to leave, but he also reflects the views of the vast majority in the stands. Which is why if it comes to it, supporters will back his principled position all the way out of Bramall Lane and wish him all the best for the future. There's an irony that Wilder was appointed to reinvent and unite players and a club with its supporters who had become disconnected after 5 years in League One and a shambolic season under Nigel Adkins. Wilder has succeeded spectacularly and having long since established 100% support in the stands, and the dressing room is being undone by divisions between the owners. There will be no shortage of job offers. West Brom, Southampton, Premier League Leicester and now Sunderland, who yesterday sacked Chris Coleman, are already circling. During a dramatic day, the Black Cats were also sold to a consortium led by billionaire Stuart Donald, who forged a close relationship with Wilder when he was manager at Oxford United. Donald, a youth supporter, invested in the club and was a shirt sponsor. He currently owns National League East, where the Blades' first team played a pre-season friendly, and is likely to view Wilder as the man to rebuild Sunderland, relegated to League One, and return them to the top flight. A daunting job and a drop down the league ladder, but one Wilder might relish at a well-supported fallen giant where there is huge untapped potential. But if Wilder does leave, woe betide Blades fans' reaction to Prince Abdullah and McCabe and the lasting damage it will do at the Lane. Which is perhaps the best hope it will not come to that. How crisis